Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. Kyle Larson wins at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Holy cow, that's pretty cool. Larson's back in the Final Four. Shame Chase Elliott isn't nowhere to be found. Holy cow. But Larson gets his second career win. Second, I think, at Las Vegas. Make sure to pre-order that race to win diecast. Hopefully it's got a buttload of confetti on it. Most likely the 164 skill will be offered. So here's my thoughts and opinions on Las Vegas. I predicted Ryan Blaney would win. Bad pick. Of course, it was done before the playoffs started, but I did not have Larson in my Final Four. I just something about it. I don't know. I just really didn't feel like Larson was going to be there, and sure enough, he's going to go ahead and break up my Final Four predictions. At least I think that's the predictions I had. I picked Truex for the championship. Anyways, Las Vegas, man. Great racing. It wasn't a crash fest. It wasn't a buttload of wrecks, but what a great race, though. 3 wide, 3 rows deep for like multiple laps type of racing. Even 4 wide at many moments. And then Christopher Bell, late charge, and 5 to go. I mean, the announcers are just, they're just trying to fill airtime because they know, barring a caution, Larson's probably going to win this race. And Bell slowly catching on Christopher Bell, gets right there at the line. He could have dumped Larson. He could have dumped Larson, turned him into the fence, and won the race and went to to the Final Four. But Bell is not that type of cat. He's a respectful driver. He's wrecked Larson, I think, in the past. So I think he's like, hey, I don't want to race that way. So mad respect to Christopher Bell. And Larson, I think, would be willing to race him the same way if they go to Martinsville or something and it's Larson and Bell going for the win. I think Larson would show him a buttload of respect because he showed Larson a buttload of respect. So great to see the dirt racers be able to have that sportsmanship. Larson's going to be a menace at Phoenix, though. Let me tell you, this cat, I think he's hungry for a championship. They have found so many ways to lose NASCAR races in 2022 and 2023. I think Larson is going to be tough to beat for the championship. But Byron, who knows, man? Byron's won at Martinsville. Byron's won at Phoenix. Just never know. Oh, by the way, he's won at Homestead too. So he could be... He could go in there with some momentum. He could show up his own teammate. That would be really weird. Byron versus Larson for the championship. And then, there's already some beef between Elliott and Larson. So that's interesting. But, man, I just really enjoy this racetrack, guys. I love it. It's always fun racing with these next gens at the 1.5 mile joints, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Great quality of racing. We're going to probably see the same style at Homestead. It's an absolute shame that Martinsville's coming up. The Xfinity race is going to be phenomenal. The Cup race is probably going to be, it's going to be like the All-Star race. They're going to hype it up like it's the greatest thing in the world, and it's never going to get better. And it was the greatest Martinsville race in history. And then you go to watch it, and it's probably going to be 450 laps of green flag racing. 1 Joe Gibbs Racing driver, 1 Hendrick driver changing the lead. And then 2 guys get knocked out of the way on the final few laps. And there you go. That's Martinsville. Meanwhile, the Xfinity race is probably going to have like 13 cautions, a whole bunch of action, maybe even some tempers. So, don't let them fool you. But anyways, I love Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is really, it has grown into something special, I think, with this next-gen car. And if we couldn't get Homestead as the season finale, I think Vegas would be perfect. I think it would be perfect as a season finale. A day-to-night transition race, right? The weather is going to be cooperable. It's not like it's going to be freezing cold or, hurricanes or something. So you have that aspect to it. The atmosphere, Las Vegas, it's a very growing city in terms of sports. So that would be a really cool place to have it. But I also think it would need to be a little bit of a longer race if they did so. Homestead, even though it's only a 400-mile race, races like a 500-mile race. It just seems like it's so much more of an endurance than other 400-mile events. Like Kansas goes by in a blur, but 400 miles at Homestead feels like 500 miles. It's weird. So I would say Las Vegas would be a 500-mile race. Season finale gives it something different than the spring race being 400. Day-to-night transition, Final Four, no BS Phoenix. I don't understand the the obsession they have with Phoenix is the final race. I get it, you know, they renovated it and probably owe a buttload of money to it, but that track sucks, bro. Las Vegas, man, that every time they go here with these next gen cars, it's a buttload of fun. Even the Xfinity race. Oh, also shout out to Riley Herbst. Look, I've been extremely critical of Riley Herbst as an Xfinity driver. I might not have been vocal about it, but I've seen him wreck a lot of race cars, and mad respect getting that win, proving everybody, myself included, wrong. So that's great for the Herbst camp. But even the Xfinity races this year at Vegas, they weren't an absolute wreck fest at the end. They were kind of long green flag runs, like an organic finish, if you will. It just, I don't know. There's something about this racetrack. It's really hitting its prime, kind of like Charlotte Motor Speedway right now, where I think the racing is hitting its prime. So, you know, a lot of people, myself included, didn't want to see old Atlanta go. But I'm starting to realize we have 3, maybe 4 new Atlantas, or new old Atlantas on the schedule. Kansas, the racing there is fantastic. Homestead, fantastic. And then Charlotte, and I believe Las Vegas Motor Speedway is becoming that. I don't know what it was, but it seemed like the next-gen cars are getting faster at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I don't know why. I was watching qualifying, and the way those cars are just going around the corner, it seemed like it got to be 2, maybe 3 more miles per hour faster in the apex. Now, maybe it's just illusion, right? Maybe I'm just crazy. But it looks like they're getting a little bit faster there, which would make sense. You know, they're finding ways to make the cars have more downforce and horsepower and BS, but I don't know. It just, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. There's only one more 1.5 mile race of the year, then it's just 2 dookie tracks, so. What do y'all think? My opinions don't matter. Make sure to comment down below, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Congratulations to Larson. Hope he wins the championship. And, yeah, we'll see what goes and what happens, and who crashes out, and all that good stuff at Homestead. So, have a great one, everybody. Diecastbuffet, signing off.